So, here, hand out. I didn't count them, there's going to be extras, but. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do career exploration. So our purpose is to evaluate your skills, abilities, and preferences. Then brainstorm a list of possible careers that match who you are. What will be your final product? It will be a summary of all your preferences and then make a web kind of ideas of careers you're interested in. So it's like, I kind of imagine this as being something like this. Like, okay, so say, I'm gonna take Eric as an example, okay? So say here's Eric. Hi, I'm Eric. What are skills? You know, you write down some of your skills. You write down some of your abilities. And then you just kind of write down what you prefer, you know, or whatever. And then from here, say you take this skill and this ability and look at, here's this job, okay? Or, you know, here's this job from this ability, you know? Or here's this job from this skill. I don't know, that's not one of the ideas of how to brainstorm it. You can arrange it however you want, though. If you want to just make a list, you know, or a Venn diagram where you have, you know, you could do something like this, where you have certain abilities and skills, and you write down jobs that match those skills, you know, ones that share both, you know. I don't know how you want to do it. But the final product will be like a poster where you kind of give me a visual representation of who you are and a brainstorm of jobs that you might like. So it's completely brainstorming. It's not like, yeah, this is my career, okay? No, brainstorm, huh? Okay, a storm in your brain. Okay, so how you will do this is first, there's going to be a skills assessment sheet. So I'm going to hand this out to you next. And you check off, like it just goes through, there's certain kind of skills. So personal management, managing transitions, working with others, communication, creative thinking, etc. So you tick off if you're good, better, or best at those things. If you really are awful at them, I guess you're not good, better, or best, but, well, I don't know. Or good, a skill you seldom use. Okay? And then kind of summarize, you can look and see your top 4 skill categories on, like, your top 4 would be if you had them all in best. Right? Like, okay, so you write that down. So it's kind of like before when we were looking at our intelligences. Remember that? And we kind of saw what intelligences we were. This is similar to that. So we'll do this skills assessment first. And then there are so many things on the internet of like job searches where you do like a 50-question quiz and then they give you a list of jobs. Okay? So before you start your skills thing, just keep listening for a minute. I want you to go on and do at least one of those tests. Okay? They kind of get similar over time. But go on, these are some options, and then just tell me what were the results. Like, did they suggest like things like nursing and secretary, and you just kind of jot down what their suggestions were. Or some of the tests are like, oh, you are a KWIF personality type. This personality type is blah, 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 blah. So then you just say that they said you're that personality type, And yeah, okay. But you can, besides these ones, you can look at different ones. But those are ones that I kind of looked through and I found were somewhat reasonable. And then here's the next thing. But I can do that with you when you go there. And then and then these are the quality of life, abilities, challenges, income. So I just want you to respond to those. And then we'll make our final product, okay? So this is a brainstorming thing. Now, take this seriously, because even though you guys are in grade 10, it's not that far away. It's not stressful, okay? It doesn't need to be stressful, but this can be kind of a fun exploration to even get to know who you are, okay? So that, when you're an adult, you don't have to keep guessing. There's going to be some, ups and downs with a career. It doesn't mean that if you pick a career, you're going to do that for the rest of your life. It doesn't have to be that way. As an adult, we're growing and changing too. So it doesn't have to always be that way. And one more thing, and then I'll stop talking. With these tests and stuff, they're really a small picture of who you are. So if you do these tests and you're like, yeah, that's not me at all, that's understandable, okay? There's actually a career called a career counselor, okay? They counsel people on how to find a career. Now these people, what they do is they spend an entire day testing like your spelling, your math, your everything, and then doing personality tests and everything like that. And then they spend another whole day looking at all of that data, and then they give you a report. Now if you guys want that, you can do that. Yeah, there's a couple career counselors in GP, but you have to pay at least, $1,500 for it, up to $2,000. Okay? Yeah, so because it's a very professional, really takes a lot of time to do it. So just recognize that type of assessment is trying to be done on a 2-page thing here, right? So it's very simple. So if it's not a good picture of who you are, it's because it's a very simple test, right? Like it's not a broad scope of who you are. So anyways, try that out, and I'll stop talking.